Free for All Friday from Washington, D.C. It's been a very busy week to say the least, and I've got a lot of work to do yet today, as you know, as I'll be on Air Force One a little bit later this afternoon, headed to Pittsburgh to talk about that big investment of Nippon Steel and United States Steel with the president on that trip. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to talk to him about, hey, why are none of these big jobs and big investments like Nippon Steel, 14 billion going to Pennsylvania, a new Honda auto plant going to Indiana, a new Hyundai plant going to Arizona. Where's the big gift to Michigan? Maybe my next guest will have an idea. Jim Holcomb is the president of the Michigan Chamber of Commerce. Jim, welcome back to the program. Good to have you, my friend, on a Friday.
Oh, good morning, Steve. Great to be with you.
Good to have you. Michigan Chamber, by the way, once again, the most effective lobbying organization, most effective membership organization, the way it's termed, as decided by Epic MRA and MERS News Surface, both friends of this program and friends of the Chamber as well. Congratulations, 20 years running.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. It's a testament. We have a great team at the chamber and our members who give us all the resources and the input we need to make sure we can be a strong voice for business in Michigan and hopefully turn around kind of what you're talking about. Not enough jobs coming to Michigan, not enough population growth.
I mean, look at this deal in Pennsylvania. I'll be there with the president in Pittsburgh about 5 o'clock this afternoon, I guess. Look, tens of thousands of jobs, and I understand U.S. Steel is not based in Michigan. Oh, I understand that. But there are plenty of things here, and the steel is a foundational principle of building automobiles. We build those in Michigan. Building skyscrapers. We build those in Michigan with I-beams. Reinforced concrete when you put steel mesh in. Look, steel is the backbone of an industrialized America, but we need some of that industry in Michigan, don't we?
Oh, we absolutely do. And to get it there, we need a government that's more functioning. We need to be putting in policies in place that reward the entrepreneurship. They'll let the job providers create the jobs, build the communities, and help families across the state. Business is under attack, and it's time that everyone stands up and fights back and says, no, these are the job providers. We need to support them.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this. I've noticed Gretchen Whitmer. Um, Gretchen Whitmer has been out on social media a lot lately, talking about all these great things she's done for Michigan in business and this and that. I think it's a bit self-serving, Jim, because I'm not seeing the business structure that attracts business and people and everything to Michigan. Am I missing something? I mean, I realize she has aspirations of higher office. I get it.
Yep.
But what do you think needs to be done in Michigan so that we can attract the jobs like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and all the states around us?
Well, what we need is politicians to be more focused on policy. We need to get serious. We need to bring our spending in control because we're just spending far too much. It's not a revenue problem. It's like the US government. We have a spending problem. We need to have a tax policy that rewards people for their investment and make sure that they can benefit. We need to have an education policy that makes sure our kids are learning and they're prepared to enter the workforce when they graduate. We need to have a regulatory structure that breaks down barriers, not erects hurdles, that stops businesses from expanding and growing here in Michigan. There are a lot of things that we can do, but it's going to take people being serious and actually stop politicking and start working on the policy.
I would agree with that. If you were to prioritize um, the top issues in Michigan right now, look, I look at states like Tennessee, no taxes on personal income there, right? Your individual
Mhm.
income tax free. Florida, Tennessee, New Hampshire now, 8 states I think now that have no tax.
Yep.
That attracts people. That attracts investment. Of course, the infrastructure challenges we face here in Michigan, the road's still not fixed. Fix the damn roads. It was a nice campaign slogan, but if you look around, I don't think we're in any better position now than we were 7 years ago when Gretchen Whitmer took office. What would your priorities be to make Michigan more attractive?
Well, I think we can look at a lot of different priorities, like I said, from tax structure to regulation to education. But what first and foremost has to happen is the process has to work. We have to elect people who are serious. Stop worrying about who's on TikTok and start worrying about what their positions are on issues. Stop letting them campaign constantly instead of being in the Capitol working. I give Matt credit a lot, or Matt Hull a lot of credit. He's driving an agenda. He's moving bills forward. We need to have more of that. And the budget season is right now. They need to reduce spending. We need to get our fiscal house in order and make sure we're strong moving forward for generations to come.
There's no question about that. So, look, Michigan, right? Here's something that I think is foundationally concerning to me. If you look at when Gretchen Whitmer first took office 7 years ago, roughly, um, the annual budget in Michigan was about $55 billion. It's $30 billion higher now. $30 billion. So we're paying more in taxes. They're talking about more taxes. They're looking for new ways to raise revenue, as they say, but it's not friendly to a company. I mean, I get it. If you're a company, you're looking around, well, where would we like to put our new headquarters? If Donald Trump's tariffs work and they're going to bring something back to the United States, for example, why would they pick us? And I love Michigan, right?
Well, like you said, it's not friendly to the company. It's not friendly to the employees. How are families supposed to get along when we just keep reaching in their pocket from the government, taking more and more of their money? It doesn't matter if your wages go up if the government's take is getting larger and larger. People need to keep their money. They'll invest it here in Michigan. Consumers want to buy Michigan products, and we need to have the support for the businesses here so they can make those products, deliver those services that are going to drive our economy forward. As you said, other states are taking positive steps. We're stuck in the mud, and we've got to get out of it.
There's no question about that. We really do. And I mean, look, Michigan's a great place. You and I live
Absolutely.
here. You go outside, there's no more beautiful place. And if you like Four Seasons, we've got it all. And in spades. I mean, Northern Michigan in the summertime, Kid Rock was right. It's the best place in the world. And everybody knows it.
Yep.
But we've got to be able to bring industry here. I remember seeing, I think it was a year ago, the governor said we won't get positive traction on population until about 2030. Well, that's not exactly the optimistic outlook I'm looking for, Jim. I'd like to see people come here now and bring innovation in industry, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, and not only is it not optimistic, it's not acceptable. We can't look at that, say that's true. If we accept the premise, you can't accept it and let everything keep going status quo. You have to say, how do we change the paradigm? How do we move that up to 2025, 6, 7, and see the population growth occurring now? And it's by having a friendlier business climate. It's by lowering taxes. It's by having a regulatory structure that works and allows businesses to thrive so they create the good paying jobs of today and the careers of tomorrow.
There you go. All right. Well, what are your hopes for 2025? I'll give you the last word on that, Jim. As you look down the road, President of the Michigan Chamber, Jim Holcomb, here with us. And I just want to know, look, you're an optimist because you're a business guy. Me too.
Yep.
What do you want for 25?
I want people to stay optimistic. I want more engagement. I want people to talk to their legislators. I want business owners to stand up. I want everybody to lean in a little bit more. If we all put in 1% more of our own time, we're going to get better results.
No question about that. And look, I've been a member of the Michigan Chamber as long as I've had businesses in Michigan. So I can guarantee you these folks are looking out for you if you're in business. Jim Holcomb, appreciate what you're doing. Again, congratulations. 20 years running the most influential, the most important member-driven group in Michigan. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
You too, my friend. There you have it, Jim Holcomb. Look, Ivy and I joined the Michigan Chamber, like 14 years ago. I've been a member for years and years with this company, and I had membership with companies previous to that. If you don't understand something in business, you need help, you need things explained, you need to make sure you're following the rules, it's the Michigan Chamber, michamber.com. You can find out more, and you can be on board and make sure that you're doing the best you can, michamber.com. Ivy, by the way, is around the corner.